In the wake of the 7.8 magnitude earthquake in Nepal, Tzu Chi's first disaster survey and medical team, which consists of experienced Tzu Chi volunteers and doctors, traveled to the disaster-stricken country to offer their assistance. In our next report, we take a look at the team's efforts in helping quake survivors rebuild their lives.
Currently, we are providing services ranging from surgery and trauma to emergency care.
On the afternoon of April 28th, Tzu Chi's first disaster survey and medical team arrived in Nepal with boxes of much-needed medical supplies. The team's mission is to offer medical care and relief aid. Upon their arrival in Nepal, doctors immediately traveled to the disaster area to check on the injured. On April 29th, Tzu Chi's first disaster survey and medical team visited medical authorities in Bhaktapur to apply for practice permits. On April 30th, the team organized its first free clinic in Nepal. On May 1st, 2 free clinic sites were set up. On May 2nd, the team collaborated with local doctors to successfully complete an orthopedic surgery.
You people from Taiwan helping to us is very good, and thank you. Thank you for your help.
On May 3rd, Tzu Chi's first disaster survey and medical team arrived at Pickle Village to offer medical care.
We're here to clean and redress survivors' wounds. We have also brought extra medication with us, because many have developed fever, cough, or headaches.
Besides providing medical care, the team is also here to help quake survivors rebuild their lives.
Family name, right? Then how many adults?
Accompanied by local residents, Tzu Chi volunteers traveled to the disaster zone. Due to the tremor, homes here have turned to rubble. On April 29th, Tzu Chi's first disaster survey and medical team traveled to Bhaktapur to conduct a disaster assessment. On April 30th, the team visited hard-hit areas in Kavri to help quake victims rebuild their lives. On May 1st, Tzu Chi volunteers established a casual program in Bhaktapur. The volunteers hoped to encourage more to join the cleanup effort. Thus, they decided to pay each casual participant 500 rupees a day. On May 3rd, a soup kitchen was established to provide hot meals for the quake survivors. By offering hot meals, the volunteers hope to recruit more residents to join their casual program.
If the program is successful, we can launch it in other disaster-stricken areas. We are seizing every moment to speed up the recovery effort.
Tzu Chi Foundation will also launch mid- and long-term reconstruction plans to help disaster survivors return their lives to normal as quickly as possible. Since Tzu Chi's first disaster survey and medical team arrived in Nepal on April 28th, the medical personnel at the team have been visiting local hospitals to offer their assistance. Though not all hospitals welcome such visits at first, eventually they were touched by Tzu Chi doctors' professionalism and sincerity and decided to collaborate with Tzu Chi. In the quake-torn Nepal, Tzu Chi's medical volunteers are visiting hospitals after hospitals. The team hopes to offer their expertise to help those in need, and the volunteers' professionalism has won the approval of local hospitals. With the medical equipment and supplies they brought from Taiwan, the Taiwan doctors helped their local counterparts in patching up patients suffering fractures.
To be able to help perform a surgery in another country is already a big challenge, and it's even more difficult in a country with no diplomatic ties with Taiwan. But we can see the enthusiasm and sincerity in their invitation.
Not just providing help in the orthopedic department, Tzu Chi's doctors also help a cancer hospital with one of its surgeries. The doctors from both countries are united by their desire to cure the sick of their illness. Superintendent Niu Pani, who studied medicine in China, insisted on conveying his gratitude in Chinese.
To be able to perform an operation in an unfamiliar environment, you show you were quick to adapt to the situation. People in Nepal timely received your assistance. I believe they are very fortunate.
The Tzu Chi team not only set an important milestone in Nepal, but also established trust on both sides, which helped pave the way for more aid programs to come. As the Tzu Chi Foundation does not have a branch office in Nepal, it has been a challenge for Tzu Chi's disaster survey and medical team to get the lay of the land. Fortunately, with the assistance of Bhaktapur City Mayor, Tzu Chi's team was able to gain access to the disaster site.
1 week following the earthquake, many areas in Bhaktapur City are still without running water or electricity. One alternative has been to pump water from underground wells, while other areas have been getting their water from a water truck. As it is currently the dry season in Nepal, the fluctuation between day and night temperatures has further added to the misery of quake survivors living in tents. Due to the extensive damage of the earthquake, relief and rescue efforts have been progressing slowly. Unfamiliar with the lay of the land and without a local branch office in Nepal, Tzu Chi's disaster survey and medical team has had to rely on local help. With the assistance of the mayor of Bhaktapur City, Prem Suwal, Tzu Chi volunteers gained access to the disaster site. This affinity arose from a meeting on April 2nd with the local government, during which volunteers got to meet with the mayor. Inspired by the organization, the mayor decided to provide details of all affected households and even personally led volunteers into Bhaktapur to survey the hard-hit areas.
We ran outside when the earthquake struck. We are staying with our relatives now, and I came back to see if I could salvage whatever is still usable.
During their visit, volunteers also came across a grocery store owner, Maya, who closed her store to take care of her neighbors.
Since the earthquake, I haven't opened my store for business. Instead, I have offered my shop as a shelter for nearby residents. They can come and stay here.
Limited in number, Tzu Chi's disaster survey team are in need of extra pairs of hands to assist them with the ins and outs of the distribution. Hence, volunteers recruited young men to help out with relief efforts through a Cash for Work program. This collaborative effort to help fellow Nepalese will surely blossom into a fruitful and long-lasting friendship.